Have you ever felt?
Today is January 4th, 2019. I've been off to a little bit of a just a mental game recently, trying to figure out so many things going on in here. I'm trying to wrap my head around them all and process them at the same time, figure out a solution and get myself out of the funk at the same time, trying to realize that this is part of the process and to enjoy it. So I'm not going to dwell on it, but missed my workout yesterday, missed my workout today, so that comes and goes with me, and I need to just get on a schedule where I'm sleeping more regularly. But today we're talking about one of our goals, one of our things this year. I say our because Karen asked me, we were talking about it, if we want to do on this major bike ride out in West Coast. So I'm talking with, about to head into a meeting, a little chat with Deirdre, one of our members here at Body, and Michael, dude from New York City. We met from John T. It helps us over in the yoga studio, does Pilates, and he's just an all-around good dude. They're friends in New York. So the four of us are going to chat right now and talk about our bike plans for 2019. Of course, we'll be documenting that shit.
If you want to do something that you not just challenge your physical abilities, but you're also your mental abilities, this is the ride.
Oh,
It's a
dear
really
God.
good ride. No, you guys can totally do it.
Well, he's a
There's no
50
reason-
miler, so he gets the whole mental craziness.
Yeah,
You
I
can do
rode
it.
from San Diego to LA, which is like not a lot long. It was a nice ride though.
That's
It's like
long enough.
100 and something.
You have to have, if you can do those kinds of things, and if you can run 50 miles, and you can put yourself through that kind of physical abuse, so to speak, or to have the mental focus, you can do this ride, because you wouldn't be able to do that otherwise if you didn't have
Yeah.
it. So
What kind of bike did you have? A little BMX bike?
Right.
You can seem
No,
totally.
can see a little
I
bit.
rode a Cannondale.
Oh.
My friends.
What's that? Is that a road bike?
This is like a not very expensive road bike. When I rode to Delaware, my first ride, I rode an old like 90s steel frame Trek
nice.
that I decided I was doing it the day before. I was like,
This guy.
What kind of a triathlon bike do you have?
I have 4 or 5 bikes.
She's
This
This is why
She's
I
a
was
biker.
I was mentioning this to her, and she's like, "Do you want me to come to the meeting?" I'm like, "Yes." You can ask questions that I have no idea about. I was like, "You're gonna help me train."
I do have a Bianchi road bike, and
For the last 20 years, I've wanted to do this ride, and the ride is basically set up so that all of the money that's raised goes towards HIV. Support of people who live in the LA and San Francisco area, for programs for people who can't get the funding or who can't afford to get drugs, or for testing, or for education. And now it's more important than ever because with a lot of the cuts that have been made to funding for these programs, they rely on the money that's raised to help support these programs. So last year they raised over $16 million, which was a record for
16
them.
million.
16 million.
Oh.
Yeah. So over 3,000 riders. I don't remember the exact number of people between riders and then support. So you have like your roadies and the people who help support and set up. Everyone's fundraising. So this is everyone collectively together that raised over 16 million. It's pretty amazing.
That's awesome. Phase 1.2, week 3, conditioning. Obviously, you know by now the principles of amped. Phase 1 is 1 week of power and strength, 1 week of hypertrophy, 1 week of strength of conditioning. 1.2 is a little bit more volume, a little bit more advanced techniques, bodybuilding techniques. Lift that rib cage up, and then act like you're hugging a barrel, wrapping your hands around. Crushes. I like to bend the elbow, bring it to my skull, forehead, and then bring it back. And then drive it from here all the way up. Triceps attached behind your scapula. So you get that extra. Focus. Shortest range of motion. Here. Short range. Full range.
It's ridiculous.
I've been talking about it more and more lately with social media, and you've been seeing it. You guys have been seeing it here, just me going through like a weird or different phase. And not everything is peaches and cream. Not everything is like smooth sailing, especially when it comes down to growth. And I've been going through, just for whatever reason, a lot of opportunities everywhere, and I get like overwhelmed with putting my energy into all of them and not putting them into a few different things and really get good at it. Last night on Instagram, I was fucking tweaking. I was like, am I a public figure or am I an entrepreneur? And I changed it, entrepreneur. And I was like, am I an entrepreneur or an athlete? So I changed it to athlete. It's like, am I an athlete, an entrepreneur, or a coach? Changed it. It's like I got fucking frustrated and I changed it to movie character. I'm a movie character in my own leading role here in Project My Life, creating my own story. All joking aside, last year we had great growth in the business. Did a lot of things professionally, next level. Brought you on board, started doing more of the videos, and I was like, wow, this is really coming together. Things I've been thinking about. Telling my story, documenting, and for some reason I picked my head up out of the kind of trenches and looked around and I was like, whoa, where do I put my energy? I'm fucking overwhelming. I'm really trying to be good at one or two things and not trying to be good at everything. So I've been kind of all over the place in my head trying to figure shit out, but I'm realizing I'm going through a growth phase, and I have to learn to let some things go, learn to pick some things up and change who I am and what I do on a daily basis here in the business and in life. My whole self is growing, and it's not always comfortable. And I was in the shower last night going, well, that makes total sense, because think about when we're building our bodies. Like, if you haven't worked out ever and you start working out, the first 2 days are gonna suck. Even if you have been working out and you start training, if you're not new to working out but you've taken a break and you get back into it after a couple weeks or a month off and you start turning up the intensity and you have a great workout where you get deep inside the muscle fibers and you do some really serious muscle damage, which is needed, but then the next day you're like stiff as a board. Holy shit, did I fucking break something? Because I can't move. So you get like stiff and you're afraid to move because it hurts. Like, oh my God, holy shit. But when you start moving, you get blood flow, and you get oxygen, and then you start moving, and all of a sudden it isn't that bad. And it's kind of like what I'm going through now is this weird, I'm coming out of it, but that weird like phase of like figuring shit out. It's like you're in this like shell and you're afraid to move because you don't want to break. But that's really where the magic happens, when you break through. So don't break down when you're about to break through. And you never know when you're going to break through. You just got to keep on fucking pushing, keep on putting the work in. So that's my personal development, relating it to bodybuilding and fitness. And it's always been my safe spot. So when J-Rock and I We're always trying to figure out what the one thing is that we do, focus our attention, and we do it really well. I'm always up in the air, but what it comes down to is the simplest form. We own this beautiful gym. You take advantage of it and film that. You're combining two different things, or two things into one. And ultimately, when people are able to master their body, they can conquer the world and master the world. Mastering thyself is the most difficult thing. And for me, it's been weight training. It's been my method of mastering myself.
So here's the thing. This is our show. We have the wedding the week before. I was thinking doing a posing class here. It's 2 weeks before the show.
And the 6th.
And the 6th, 2 weeks. You don't want to do 3 sessions? Just 2? People ask me. I already have 2 people contacting me for posing classes.
Where do they contact you from?
Trainers give them their contact information. Some girl trains at Equinox in, I forget which one, but her coach recommended us. I don't know who the guy is. You know who he is, I think.
What's his name?
I had a look.
Because if they're referring to us, we gotta stay in the loop with that.
We probably have like 100 medals.
We're getting cups this year, yeah?
But only for the winners
Yeah.
instead of trophies. Yeah? You
Yeah.
Canadian now? Yeah?
Yeah.
But the medals themselves, we're still gonna hand them out, right? I mean,
Yeah, yeah.
there's like $3,000 of medals downstairs.
No, keep them. Keep them, see what we got, and then we're gonna order cups. 2019, April 27th, New Jersey Classic. The Jersey Cup Classic. Changing the name from the IMBF Northeast America, which has been going on for, I don't know, maybe 20 years, but Nancy Andrews also runs a Northeast America competition in Massachusetts in November. So we're the first of the year kind of spring show, one of the first spring shows on the East Coast in the IMBF.
Because the Ice Mossies are married.
Change out water a little bit. So we are changing the name, rebranding it, giving out a big gold cup to the winners, and looking to change it up a little bit, bring some same energy, same stage, same world-class judging, same memorable weekend, just different name.